In most cases, betting on yourself is a byproduct of necessity because other people aren't willing to bet on you. I've met with a lot of people who have a plan and the plan's not good. It's not articulated well. They don't have things together. So you have to bet on yourself if you really do believe that you have your right plan together. But necessity has, for me, it provided it. It also was, octane for me, a bit of motivation. And in most cases, people have to bet on themselves because their life situation requires them to, where the income that they're making isn't enough and they can't work a 9-to-5 job. And their income isn't enough and they have to work their 9-to-5 job and bet on themselves. The income isn't enough and they have to work 2 9-to-5, two jobs, a morning shift and a night shift, and start their own business. So your family situation, your personal situation usually is the start of it. There is a lot of other people who want to bet on themselves because they want to drive a Lamborghini. And that, if that's your thing, I mean, that's your deal. That's fine. I would ask you to reframe that a little bit. But betting,
sounds like my 15-year-old.
Yeah, your 15-year-old wants the Lamborghini because he doesn't know that the electric bill is $187 and that they're going to shut the refrigerator off. But betting on yourself for me was really, truth be told, because I didn't think anybody else would. And I didn't have the confidence. And the lack of confidence in yourself can be a spark. And we have to work on that. I have to work on that, but even today, to convince yourself that we got to stop setting these standards of what we think we're supposed to do. And we have to be happy with what we have. Betting on yourself, though, is kind of what business is. And if you're going to be a business owner, I think it's a privilege, not a right. I think it's a privilege to own a business and not a right. I think it requires you to acknowledge that it's not a glamorous job. And most people say, I'm going to quit my job and I'm going to open up a business because I want to have my own parking space. I want to come and go as I want. I want to be rich. I want to go to Cancun when I want to go. I want to fly my own jet. I want to have 2 cars. I want to wear this watch and have those clothes. And their motivation isn't always pure.
Yeah.
So it's either the impure motivation or that you decided that nobody else would, so you had no choice. It's riddled with a lot of pitfalls, because betting on yourself doesn't mean that you call yourself an entrepreneur and you spend time coming up with your logo and the name of your business. It means that you really have to understand, I'm going to identify a problem. I'm going to put the time to research what that problem is. I'm going to try to provide a solution. That solution is going to come in the form of a product or a service. I'm then going to understand what the addressable market is for that by asking, and I'm willing to understand that along the way, something may change that plan. And a lot of times people fail because they become so rooted in their pride of authorship that I'm already 8 steps in. I can't stop now. Even though everybody has told me that there's no market and it's not going to happen, I just keep going. But assuming that I keep going, once I understand it's a product or a service, then I have to understand the size of the market. Then I have to understand what the plan is. Then I have to understand how I'm going to bring it to market, where I'm going to get the money from, how I'm going to put my people together. And then there's one problem. And that one problem is that not one person in this world can do all of those things by themselves. And so when you say you're betting on yourself, are you? Or are you ultimately, in the end, for that business to be successful, do you really have to not bet on yourself? Do you have to bet on other people?